Welcome, everybody. My clock says 8 o'clock Eastern Time. My name is Brittany Toney. I am a speech language pathologist and assistive technology consultant for Saltillo. And welcome to Stepping Stones to AAC Campout. We'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is our Stepping Stones to AAC classroom. I put the bit.ly up in the chat, but we have to update that actually. So just hold tight, but I'll give you the bit.ly here again. If you just want to type. There we go. We will update this with the new icons and everything, but this is what it looks like. So you can actually click on these icons and it'll take you to trainings that we have previously done. So as you can see, there's quite a few on the shelves there. All have to do with daily activities, daily routines, just some fun seasonal activities as well. I know tonight we're talking about camping. We will also next month be talking about harvest, fall harvest, and things like that. So go ahead, and we did one on Halloween so last year. So you can click on that little Halloween trick-or-treat bucket if you want some ideas for Halloween, and it'll take you to that training along with the materials. So you can also click on different items throughout this classroom. So I am the Bitmoji on the left with the short brown hair. That's me. And I am pointing to a low-tech board that'll take you to not only the low-tech board that we use for this training, but also a few more. Heather is the Bitmoji on the right, and she is pointing to a Go symbol that'll take you to some different core words that you can download and use for these different activities. And as I mentioned, I'm Brittany Toney, and I support Saltillo products in Southwest Ohio, Indiana, and Northern Kentucky. And I'll let Heather introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. As Brittany said, I'm Heather Prenovo. I am a ASHA certified SLP, and I am the Saltillo consultant for Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Yes. All right. Okay, so Heather is going to release a poll. We just want to know who you are. So if you could just let us know who you are. Are you a parent? Are you an SLP, teacher? If you click other, you can let us know if you're an OT-PT or AT specialist. We just kind of like to know so we can answer questions appropriately.
I'll give you guys a few more seconds here. It looks like most have clicked on their role. All right. So tonight, it looks like about 88% are SLPs or SLPAs, and about 13% are family or parents. So welcome.
Yes, welcome. And I'm going to apologize. I have a tickle in my throat for some reason, so I'm really sorry. Yes, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope that you all get some good ideas from this training tonight for using with camping. All right, so AAC is a journey. Just remember that it's not, an AAC is not our end goal. It's what we use to, or what our students and our kiddos use to communicate. So AAC is not the goal, but communication is the goal. So just remember that. And it's a journey. We have to take small steps to get to that end goal. And we hope you learn some things to help you step towards that goal this evening.
So one of the handouts that are in the materials tab is the organizational tool. And so this we're going to go through tonight, and Brittany's going to actually type on the screen and we'll fill it out together. But you can use the blank one, share it with staff and parents as you go through it. But it's just a way to help plan out your interactions with AAC, what words to target, what we can say, and how we can model for our AAC users.
Sorry.
That's all right. And then one of the second handout in the materials is going to be the reference tool. And this is just a nice reference for afterwards. So we walked through all these steps together tonight. And if you're like me, you go to a training and you're like, oh, this is awesome, but I don't remember, what do I do here? What do I do there? So we thought it would be helpful to be able to refer back to this, or if you are handing it out to other staff or to families, they can kind of read through it too. And see how they fill it out and how they plan together.
Yes, and Veronica asked a great question. So these trainings are recorded, so you can refer back to them and give them, refer families to the trainings. And as you saw, there's a lot that we've already done, and those trainings are all recorded. So yes, refer back to them as many times as you want and check out the ones that you haven't seen. They all kind of follow the same framework, but just the activities, the core words that we talk about are different. So.
And I will post the link to our website as well. So if the bit.ly has not been updated for those new ones this fall, you can also access them from our website under recorded webinars and parenting caregiver classes.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's start with camping. So why camping? Camping is fun. Also, I spent the weekend camping actually. So we just thought it would be a fun idea. We haven't done camping before. We also have some resources for you that are in our 2021 Saltillo calendar. We just kind of wanted to expand on camping a little bit. And fall is a favorite time to camp for a lot of people. I know some people camp in the summer, but honestly, I don't know about you, but I always get hot in a tent. If I'm tent camping, if we're specifically talking about tent camping, I have a lot of friends that do RV camping in the summer, but if we're talking about tent camping, summer is really hot to tent camp. So I like to camp in the fall, but it's a little bit cooler and you don't get as hot in your tent. And really, you can camp anywhere. It doesn't have to be, at a campground. It doesn't have to be outside. You can camp inside your house. You can camp in your backyard. I know that some schools, I know that my kiddo's school sometimes has like a fun camp week and they makeshift a little play fire and a tent inside. So it's just kind of fun. And camping is fun, and there's lots of core words that you can use during camping, so that's kind of why we chose it for this evening's topic.
The third handout in the materials tab is going to be a copy of our low-tech core board, and it's based off of Word Power 60 Basic with a few extra words like question words, feelings, some of those please and thank yous, that sort of thing, and a few more action verbs in the center there. But so you can follow along with this. It's great to help plan out what words you want to target, since the majority of the words on this are core words. So if you aren't familiar with core words, you can kind of look at this and be like, hey, I could target this word. Plus, being that with it being in Word Power 60 Basic on a device, a lot of these are going to be on that home page, and you don't have to think about what page you're going to because they'll be on that home page. To, again, start simple and get a feel for it.
Yeah. Okay. So typically, well, I wouldn't say typically. Sometimes we mix it up with these trainings. So sometimes we'll record ourselves just because COVID really hasn't allowed us to be with AAC users out on the field as much. So sometimes we'll record ourselves, or I'll sometimes record me with my kiddos using a device and kind of simulating an activity. Sometimes we'll use pictures. So this time I decided to just use pictures from my camping trip. Yes, these are real life pictures. Took from this past weekend, and so I thought we could just talk about them. So I have two pictures to share, and as I'm talking, I want you to use your low-tech board or your kiddo's device or whatever you have, to think about what words I'm talking about when we're talking about these pictures. And it can be interactive too. So if you think of some things as I'm asking questions and I'm talking, I want you to type it in the chat window too. So with this picture, it shows a lot of different tents and trees. So when we're going camping, sorry, my voice is like giving out on me. What do you see? What do you see when we're camping? I see lots of tents. I see trees. Oh, trees. What should we do in the trees? Should we go for a walk in the trees? Go for a hike? I like hikes. If we want to sleep tonight, what do we need to make? What do we need to make if we want to sleep? We need to make a tent, right? We need to make a tent if we want to sleep. Should we make a big tent or a little tent? Let's make a big tent so we can all sleep in the tent. Make a tent. All right, I'm going to go to the next picture. Feel free to chime in, guys. All right, what do you see now? What else should we make? It's nighttime. It's cold. Perfect, Mary. Yeah, let's make a fire. Let's make a fire. Let's make s'mores. Yes, love it. Julian, you can't have camping without s'mores. Yes. Let's make a pizza pocket. Love it, Heather. Let's make dinner. Yeah. What should we make for dinner on the fire? What should we make? Hot dogs? Hot dogs are good. I made a burrito on the fire. Hamburgers? Yum. Yeah, make a fire. Don't touch, it's hot. All right, so let's go to our next. Good job, thanks for participating. I'm gonna ask for your participation again as I type in some core words. So the first thing that we're gonna do on our planning form is choose some core words. Now, you can choose these core words before you choose the activity, or once you choose the activity, you can think of some core words to go with that activity. So what core words did you hear me using as we were talking about the pictures? Go see, make, like. Good job, Nikki. You're on it. See, good. Do, yeah. Eat, yeah, that's a good one. What else? Anything else? Get, oh yeah, that's a, yeah, you have to get firewood, right? To build the fire, yeah. Now, there's no right or wrong answer there. So those are all core words, and those are all great examples. Okay. I think I also used the word walk, which is on the low-tech board. So that was just in place of hike. So we can talk about that. Okay. So next, after we choose our core words, which you guys did amazingly at, we want to think of some open-ended questions so that we can encourage communication from our AAC learner. So an open-ended question, if you are not familiar, is a question that cannot be answered with just a yes or no response. So if we ask a question that's just yes or no, they can only respond with yes and no, versus if we ask an open-ended question, the opportunities to communicate just exponentially increase. So which of the following is an Open-ended question. Oh, I did this wrong. Sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. All right, Nikki. Good job. I got a little click happy. Okay, yes. What should we make? Yeah. Good. Yeah, questions like what, how, when, those are all great open-ended question starters. So if I ask what should we make, we can say fire, tent, s'mores. If I say should we make a tent, they can say yes or no. And chances are they'll probably say no, because no, they don't want to make it. It's hard.
No, you make it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. You make tent. That's right. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so I chose for this specific activity to use the words make, see, and walk. The reason I chose the word walk, a couple reasons. So I think it's an underutilized word sometimes from our low-tech board, but I also used walk to replace the word hike. Because when you go camping, a lot of the times you do hike, but that's kind of a abstract concept for some of our younger learners, but they would understand the word walk. So when you're thinking about maybe some words that are a little bit beyond where your learner might be, this is where maybe you can replace it with a word that's a little bit easier for them to understand. So walk versus hike. So, okay, so let's think of some questions for each of these words. Open-ended questions for make.
What do you want to eat? And we could say, and that was another thing. It doesn't have to have make in the question. It could be make is going to be in the response. So good. What did you see? Mm-hmm. What should we make with wood?
Good. Yeah,
where
good.
do we want? Where can we put the tent? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
What should we do first? Ooh, I like that too.
Yeah, those are all great. What is your favorite thing about camping? Yeah, you guys are great. Okay, so where should we walk to? Oh, you're on it. Okay. Okay, let's move. Yeah, let's move on to that. Where should we walk to? I saw somebody up here. What do you see, or something like that?
Yep. What did you see?
Okay, good job. What are some other ones? You guys pretty much got it. Those are a lot of good.
And we could repeat, things too. Or what did you see?
What
did they make with wood? And you could say, I see.
Yeah, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the next step is thinking of some comments to model if your AAC learner is not yet responding to open-ended questions, or maybe they're only responding with maybe a one word. We want to think of some comments so we can kind of expand that utterance to 3, maybe 4 words, depending on how many words they're currently using. So we can model comments, and writing down a couple comments that you can model for your AAC learner that they could say in response to your question. Or again, as Heather said, you don't have to use the target word in the question. You might entice them to use that word. Like somebody said, what do you want to eat? Well, then we can entice them to say, make burrito or make hot dog. So something like that. You want to make sure that you keep your modeling at or just above their language level. And what I mean by that is no more than 2 to 3 words beyond how many words they're currently saying. So if your AAC learner is only saying 1 word for most of their utterances, you want to keep it around 3 to 4 words and not model too much, because that can be overwhelming for them. Just like think of your verbal kiddos. If I were to talk like I am talking to you to a baby, they probably wouldn't understand what I'm talking about because it's too many words. So if you're thinking about how many words your AAC learner is using, kind of keeping it at just no more than 2 to 3 words beyond that. So, okay. So with that said, let's think of some comments.
What are some comments for me?
Put tent here. Yeah, where should we put the tent, or where should we make the tent? Put tent here.
Make or put can be interchanged. I like it. I liked your make burrito. Make a fire.
Yeah. Make fire. Good. Make a fire. Model some articles. Love it. You make fire because it's hot and I'm a kid. No, I'm not. All right. What about C? Some comments for C.
I see fire. I see tents. We see people.
Yeah. Maybe we
I
see bear.
Trees, or I see yellow tree.
Ooh, I see. I heard coyotes this weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hopefully you just heard them and didn't see them.
Yeah, they were a little close, I think, but yeah. What about walk?
I walk. Let's walk. Walk to lake. Ooh, I like that one.
Love it. There was a lake in that picture. Walk by trees. We could walk in the trees.
Yeah. Walk downhill.
Walk down, walk up. Yeah.
I was going to say, it reminds me of our fall walk last year, where everyone said it looked like I was trying to teach my dog AAC.
Yes.
Let's walk down the path. Walk slow.
Walk slow. Yeah. Yes, I love it. Yeah, using those adjectives. Yes. Okay. So the last step is to kind of put everything together, and what we want to do is think of some 2 or 3 word models, questions and comments combined, and kind of think of how we will model. So that's the 3rd step there on that planning sheet. Forgot to copy over my 4 words, but you get the idea. So we can just kind of put everything together. Make s'mores. You make fire. Get hot. Make a big tent. Make a small tent. I see trees. You see pond. You like walk. Walk fast. Walk slow. So we're kind of putting all of that together. Our comments and questions, so we can think about how we can start modeling on our device. And then we also, it's a good idea to find the words before you start modeling if you have a specific activity in mind, especially if you're targeting specific core words. That way you kind of know where they are on your child's device or low-tech board or whatever it is they're using. I will tell you that I still can't find words easily. So I always still find that I'm like looking like, I know where that is. Where is it?
I struggle with the word more on our low-tech board, and I know where it is, and I still
yes.
I don't know why.
Yeah. So so there's see, look, make, and then walk. You can, even if you are using a low-tech board, you can use, I like to use a Post-it note, cut out a square in the middle and kind of put it over that word and move it around. You can also use a dry erase marker, since the low-tech, if you're laminating the low-tech board, that's a good way to do it too, just so you and the AAC learner can remember where some of those target words are. So just some ideas.
And I always remind people too at this early stage, get comfortable with maybe just touching the one word. So still say your whole question, still say your whole comment, but focus on hitting that word, touching that word on the device or the board that's highlighted. Start simple. And once you get really good with that and feel comfortable with it, then maybe add I make or we make. instead of stressing yourself out trying to find all the words. So don't expect or don't think you have to hit every single word on the device to make the whole sentence or the whole question.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to practice, and I'm going to pull up so just have these pictures in your brain. I'm going to pull up my doc cam, and I'm going to model in real time because I did not video this prior to this. I thought it would be fun also to ask how you want me to model. Do you want me to, I have 3 options. So I can model on our low-tech board that we have provided to you in the materials. I can model on a flip book that's based off of Word Power 60 Basic, or I can model on an actual device. So
vote
pick
now.
your
Anne-Marie says device.
Device.
Device says Mary.
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Device it is.
All right. Any specific vocabulary? Let's stick with word power. Are you going to see the word make? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see if I can pull this up. You guys tell me, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay? The
Perfect.
is a little bit off, so let me fix that really quick. And again, just remember those pictures in there. Yes, word power is the name of are you asking what that is? Word power is the specific vocabulary or language system that is on Saltillo devices. So you can get it on TouchChat. So TouchChat with word power has word power, as the name intends. But then also this is a MyNovaChat device. And this is word power 60. So not 60 basic, but I decided to change it up. We're just going to do 60. So yes, that's what word power is. Okay, so if we're thinking about those pictures, I had a picture of tent and fire. So I can say, I, and again, see, look, I look, and then we can go to our actions. I see that fire. The fire is hot. The fire is hot. What? Oops, sorry. What should we make? What should we make? What should we make to eat? Oh, sorry. Should we eat a snack over the fire? Should we eat a snack? I want to go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. You go for a walk with me? What do you, and then we'll go back to our actions. See. What do you see on the walk? Okay, so you get the idea, but that's how I would model that on the device. Okay. So after, I'm going to share some resources with you too in a minute, but after trying this or looking at how I model, do you have questions still?
Mary asked, what do you do if your student tries keeping you from modeling on their device? Good question.
Oh yeah, Mary, I've had that.
If you can use the low-tech option, that's great. If you have access to an iPad with TouchChat that you could model on a similar vocabulary file, you know, that's good too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Any of those ideas I even had a student, we had to actually introduce that. I worked at an ABA facility, but to actually introduce that as a program because he wouldn't even let me make changes to it. It was so,
Oh.
yeah, it was like, had to have him work on tolerating other people touching it. But yeah, low tech boards, or if you have another device, something like that is a great option. So
If you have chat editor for a PC computer or laptop, you could also just print that home page or print a specific page. So if you were focusing on some of those action words, maybe you print out that first action word page. Or you can
yeah,
create some pathways with chat editor. Check out our recorded webinar on make and take for chat editor.
yes. I wanted to share, we'll keep answering questions, and if you have to go, this is recorded, but I wanted to make sure that we shared this resource with you guys. So this is from our 2021 calendar, and all of the supports and the calendar are online, and I'll show you where that is in a minute on our website. But this is Camp Saltillo, and one of our tips people, our training and implementation specialists, created this interactive campground, which is really cool. And if you click on it, it'll take you to interactive, like the fire is like an 8-hour fire, and that just pulls up on YouTube. It's really cool. You can go, there's like just a bunch of different things that you can do. It's really neat. I think the hiking trail is just woods, and it's like soothing sounds. It's really neat. So all of those little different places on the campsite that you see there go to different things and different activities. So let me pull up and show you where that is on our website. So, so if I go to saltillo.com, implementation, chat corner, and word power supports, and then you'll see here 2021 calendar supports. Here's the Camp Saltillo. If you scroll down, that's what I just showed you. The specific month that this is related to is June. So I think it's like Frog Goes to Camp or something.
Yep.
Yeah. So then it'll give you more extension activities and ways that you can talk about these different things. And this was June, obviously, so it's summer that they're talking about, but you could definitely use fall instead. So it's just so cool that this exists. Yeah, so you can see as I hover over it, my cursor changes to a pointer. So it's just really fun. Oh, look, see, you're gonna canoe in Canada.
Woohoo!
I'll spare you.
Sorry.
I will spare you that. But anyway, it's just kind of fun. So make sure you check those out if you want to kind of extend and have like a camp week. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, and there's a lot more on that website. There's a lot more where that came from. So check out all the stuff we have on there. But let me go back to my PowerPoint here. Here is our email and our phone numbers if you guys have more questions. If you have more questions now, we'd be happy to stay on a few minutes, but otherwise, we hope you learned something new today and can use some of these ideas and tools to take with you to use with your AAC learners that you work with. And we're so glad that you joined us, and go check out the other trainings that we have. And next month, Heather will be talking about fall harvest.
Yes. Orchards and pumpkin patches.
Yay!
Lots of fun.
It's my favorite.
It is fun. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight.
Thanks everybody.